And thousands of Americans in Mexico are being told to shelter in place after a drug cartel leader was killed over the weekend. His death led to an eruption of violence, forcing airlines to cancel flights out of the region. As Erica Hua reports from Mexico City, 25 members of the National Guard have reportedly been killed in attacks following his death.
Chaos hit the streets of Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican state of Jalisco, and beyond Sunday, as Mexico's most notorious drug cartel fiercely retaliated after soldiers killed their leader, Nemesio Ruben Ascuera Cervantes, widely known as El Mencho. Ascuera Cervantes was wounded during an operation to capture him in Jalisco and died while being flown to Mexico City. The cartel he led has the highest cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine trafficking capacity in Mexico, according to the U.S. State Department, which had previously offered up to $15 million for his capture. The violence also hit Jalisco's capital, Guadalajara, just a few months before Mexico's second largest city is scheduled to host FIFA World Cup matches.
Activamos el código rojo.
In response, Jalisco's governor activated a code red security alert, suspending public transit, large events, and school activities as authorities across Mexico race to clear more than 250 roadblocks created by the cartel.
We don't know if we're safe. We don't know if they're going to cancel the flight.
Olga Medina saw smoke rising over Puerto Vallarta from the airport Sunday. She ultimately did make it home to Houston before airlines grounded flights in and out of the resort town.
I feel safe now, but I'm still shaking because I can't believe this has happened to us.
Others were not so fortunate. Adrian Moorfield and TJ Perry went to Puerto Vallarta to celebrate Perry's birthday. They were supposed to fly home to Dallas Sunday. Now they're stranded.
You're kind of there indefinitely.
There were no outgoing flights until Thursday. That does not take into consideration whether or not roads will even be open, the airport will be operating again.
It's worth noting that the Trump administration has previously threatened to use the U.S. military to target Mexican drug cartels. And while this specific case was a Mexican military operation, the American government regularly shares intel and resources with Mexico to counter cartels. Karen Hua, CBS News, Mexico City.
And East Texans with family in Mexico are praying for their loved ones' safety. We talked with Vicky Murillo, who has family in the impacted areas. What she's hearing from them during this dangerous situation is to stay home because it's just too scary to travel right now. And it's also having a ripple effect in the areas, affecting not only families but businesses.
And they have put out recordings from cartels asking people that are civilians to not leave their homes or places because they are going to be out in the streets, and if you're a civilian, you may just cross that fire. So it's better to just stay safe until you're told to leave the place where you're at.
She's asking people to just pray for them as well as all the tourists stranded in these areas of Mexico right now. And Governor Greg Abbott is urging Texans currently in Mexico or trying to travel there to follow officials' warnings. In a statement, he encouraged people to get in touch with the U.S. Embassy, keep in contact with family, avoid high-risk areas, and prepare for any emergencies. If you are an American in Mexico watching this, or you know a U.S. citizen there, here are some important resources. Sign up for the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. If you're in Mexico and having an emergency, you can call 5585-262561. Or if you're in the U.S., you can call 1-844-528-661. There's also the Department of State Consular Affairs. Representative Nathaniel Moran also shared on social media that his office is also available to help constituents. That number is 903-561-6349.